Hey guys, so firstly I'm going to talk about how I found the company that I trekked with, Radiant Treks, so I could go trekking in the Himalayas. A little bit of a daunting prospect for people who are looking at booking a trip overseas, especially for the solo female travellers who are a little bit like, you're worried about safety and about being ripped off, taken advantage of. So the first thing I did was a big mistake. I jumped on the old facey, typed in, Manaslu trekking, found a Manaslu trekking page. Thought, awesome, this will answer all my questions. Popped it in there, basically, hey guys, looking to do a Manaslu circuit trek. Any companies you recommend? Who should I go with? Blah, 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 blah. And what ended up happening was my entire messenger blew up, okay? Not just my messenger, but also my spam messages with everybody claiming to be a trekking guide. You want to trek with me, cheap trek, I take you trekking, and also a lot of links and a lot of, phone numbers and things like that to contact people. Of course, this just made it even more overwhelming for me, and I was like tearing my hair out. I'm like, how does this work? I need to find a good, reliable company. Of course, you jump on Google, type it in, heaps of companies come up again. Start sifting through the Google reviews. So the couple of things that I ran into, one was that not every company will take you through Tsum Valley and Manaslu, okay? So a lot of them prefer just to do the short trips. They make more money that way. And it's not as much for the guide and porter to go trekking. And then the other one, of course, is that a lot of them like to take groups. Again, everyone's trying to make a buck out there. Understandable. I wanted to go on my own. I didn't want to have to share my journey with somebody else and then have to worry about, am I too slow? Are they too slow? Are they sick? Am I sick? How does it work? So what ended up happening was I actually emailed a few companies, and one of them was called Radiant Treks. Now, Radiant Treks didn't have a lot of reviews, but the reviews they did have were really good. So I popped through an email to them and a few other companies, and they responded really, really quickly. And we got the ball rolling, and I booked the trip. Another thing I was a little bit hesitant on as well was making the payment. So I paid a deposit, and then I had the option of paying cash on arrival, which was a little bit daunting to me, or the other option was to pay by credit card, which had a quite high surcharge, around 6%, I think. So what we ended up doing was once my guide picked me up from the airport, I met him, we went to his office, then boom. I knew that I was in pretty good hands, and we went into a money exchange together, and I paid them the remainder of the fees. Everything went great and according to plan, and they were really, really helpful out on the trek, okay? I saw some pretty crazy stuff happening out there with some other guys who had booked trips with companies that weren't very good. And yeah, I was really happy with Radiant Trek. So 2 thumbs up to those guys. Thank you very much.